Hi there, let's begin in a child's pose. With your knees as wide as comfortable, big toes together behind you. Walk your hands out long in front of you and rest your forehead and your chest down towards the mat. Let this be the place where you can completely settle in. So if at any point in today's practice, your mind starts wandering off the mat, or you feel overwhelmed in the physical postures, then remember that you can always drop down into child's pose to reset and reconnect, and then join back in whenever you're ready. So from here, let's make our way to downward facing dog. Rise up into a tabletop on your hands and knees, curl your toes under and reach your hips high and back. Pedal out your legs and press your chest towards your thighs. And right away, let's set up a strong foundation through the hands. So fingers are fanned out wide and your whole hand is gripping into the mat so your arms are strong. Now take a walk to the top of your mat and hang out in a deep forward fold. Separate your feet a little bit wider than hip distance. A generous bend in your knees will allow you to fold even deeper. And you're welcome to just let your arms hang heavy, relax your neck, relax your jaw. But you can also grab onto your elbows and sway side to side. Now release your elbows and toe heel your feet together to touch. Generous bend in your knees, tuck your chin, and slowly unroll all the way up to standing. Or Samastitihi. Bring your hands together at heart center. Anchor your weight down evenly through your feet and stand tall through the crown of your head. Now let's turn on the Ujjayi breath. Ujjayi pranayama means victorious breath control. So to do so, just constrict the muscles in the back of your throat as if you were fogging up a mirror. If it helps, open up your mouth and pretend you were fogging up a mirror. Those are the muscles that you want to have engaged. And then close your mouth and continue breathing in and out through your nose with this slight constriction in the back of your throat. This will help you build internal heat and pace your breath throughout class. So with this Ujjayi breath turned on, find mountain pose. Reach your arms overhead and continue standing tall. Inhale. Exhale to forward fold. Hinge at your hips and lead with your heart as you come all the way down. A soft bend in your knees will help you fold deeper. Next is a halfway lift. Slide your hands up your shins and press your heart forward, finding a long, flat back. So most people have to pull their shoulders back together behind them. Inhale. Exhale to fold, plant your hands and step your feet back into a high plank. Remember to use your strong hands gripping your mat. This will protect your wrists throughout the rest of practice. From your high plank, shift your weight forward 2 inches. And if this already feels very, very intense, then just lower your knees down to the mat for the modification. We're going to go down into low plank, so everybody lower down halfway until your elbows graze your ribs, then stop there. That's low plank. Oh gosh, it's intense. Let's move on. Upward facing dog. Lift up through your heart and flip to the tops of your feet. So your hands on the tops of your feet are the only things touching the mat. Roll your shoulders open and engage your legs. Big breath in. Exhale, send it back to downward facing dog. Curl your toes under, reach your hips high. That Chaturanga, up dog, down dog, I'll refer to as a vinyasa from here on out. So it's your choice if you want to vinyasa through, if you want to modify, or if you just want to go straight to down dog. From your down dog, let's flow. 1 breath, 1 movement. Use your Ujjayi breath control. Inhale, look up to your hands. Exhale, step your feet to touch at the top of your mat. Halfway lift as you breathe in. Forward fold as you breathe out. Inhale to mountain pose, come all the way up. As you exhale, forward fold, come all the way down. One more halfway lift, inhale. Chaturanga all on your exhale. Plant your hands, step your feet back, lower down halfway. Upward facing dog as you breathe in. To downward facing dog as you breathe out. And keep it going. Inhale, look up, bend your knees. Exhale, step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to mountain pose, come all the way up. Then forward fold as you exhale, come all the way down. One more halfway lift, find your flat back. Then Chaturanga, high to low plank, elbows graze your ribs. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. So from your down dog, look up to your hands, bend your knees. Then step your feet to touch top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Now sit back into your chair pose. We'll be here for a second, so just hang out. Now reach your arms straight forward and lower deeper into your hips. Go even lower. Even lower. Come on, you got it. Even lower until your hips come all the way down towards your heels and you can gracefully take a seat in boat pose. From your boat, lower abs are strong, so there is no dumping in your lower back or crunching in your shoulders. And if at any point you start dumping or crunching, then lower your feet down to the mat for a modification so you can focus on proper core engagement. So wherever you are, turn your palms up and lift up through your heart. And bring your neck in line with your spine so you're not crunching your head forward. Maintain this strong posture as you use your Ujjayi breath to stay calm and focused. And if you did want to add a challenge today, then bring your shins parallel to the mat. Or if you're advanced in your practice, straighten out your legs so your body looks like a V. Find the posture that you can hold and breathe into as long as you're still lifting up through your chest and not dumping into your lower back. So with that in mind, let's take it up a level. Wherever you are, lower down halfway into a low boat. Hold and breathe for 3. Longest yogi count ever, but stay strong, okay? 2, you've got this. Your breath keeps you calm. And 1, lower all the way down onto your back. Take a long body stretch. Well done. Now pull your knees into your chest and set yourself up so that your legs are like 90 degrees. Shins are parallel with the mat. Now grab onto the backs of your thighs if it helps and lift your head and shoulders off the mat. So ideally, just by engaging your body this way, your lower back has flattened out on the mat. There's no natural curve there anymore. That's good. You want to maintain this nice flat back so that your core is totally engaged. Do not crunch your chin towards your chest. Imagine you were holding a grapefruit between your chin and your chest. So your neck is long and your gaze is set somewhere maybe on the ceiling. From here, extend your right leg straight. It could be up towards the ceiling or it could be down towards the ground, just hovering. It'll be more intense the lower it goes. And then draw your right leg back in. And switch legs. Left leg goes straight. Again, reaching up towards the ceiling is less intense. Hovering above the mat is more intense. As long as your back stays flat and your shoulders stay lifting. And then draw your left knee back in. Inhale. Exhale, right leg goes straight. Inhale, right knee back in. Exhale, left leg goes straight. Inhale, back in. Exhale, right leg. Inhale to center. Exhale, left leg. Inhale to center. Now keep it going with your breath, bicycling your legs. Just this is enough to really engage and fire up the muscles in your core. Make sure that your shoulder blades are peeling up off the mat so your core is working here. And remember, chin off your chest. You're not crunching, you're lifting. If you've done this with me a couple of times already, then I want you to add on here by taking your hands behind your head, elbows open, and touching your elbow to opposite knee for your bicycle twists. Even then, your chin is off your chest, breath is smooth and controlled. Everybody keep it going for about 5 more breaths. You got this. Try smiling, it makes it more fun. You're almost there. 3, 2, 1. Long body stretch. Well done. And now that our cores are fired up, we can use this engagement to bring power to the rest of our practice today. So pull your knees into your chest and begin rocking and rolling the length of your spine, front and back. Eventually gain enough momentum to roll over your ankles, plant your hands, and either step or shoot your feet back, making your way to downward facing dog. Feel free to take a break here, take a sip of water. And when you're ready, reach your right leg high. Inhale. Exhale, step it through to a low lunge. For Crescent Lunge, reach your arms overhead. Sink into your back heel, sink into your right thigh. Bring your hands together at heart center. Big inhale. Exhale, twist to your right. Hook your left elbow outside of your right knee and set your gaze on one spot. Deepen your breath and lift your belly off your thighs so you can twist even deeper. For 3, 2, 1. Lower both hands down to the mat inside of your right ankle for a runner's lunge. Find the variation of runner's lunge that serves you best in this moment. And if you have hurdlers in your practice, feel free to play around in hurdler's pose, an arm balance that requires a lot of core strength, upper body strength, and hip flexibility. I'll link a quick how-to video in the description, so if you want to pause and play, then do so now. Otherwise, just hang out and deepen your breath so much that you can feel this breath in your belly, in your base, in your legs, for about 5 more breaths. Almost there. Then take your time as you make your way back to your downward facing dog. And let's switch sides. Inhale, reach your left leg high. Exhale, step it through to a low lunge. For Crescent Lunge, reach your arms overhead and sink into your hips. Drive through your back heel. Soften through your shoulders. Then bring your hands together at heart center. Big inhale, lift up through your heart. As you exhale, twist to your left. Hook your right elbow outside of your left knee. Peel your belly up off your thigh and twist even deeper. Breathing in and out through your nose. For 3, 2, 1. Lower both hands inside of your front ankle and find your runner's lunge or your hurdler's practice. If you did so on the other side, then pause and play. Otherwise, in your runner's lunge, let gravity take hold. Let your head hang heavy. Relax your jaw, relax your shoulders. And deepen your breath simply by deepening your exhales. And we'll be here for a few more smooth, deep breaths. Stay calm. Release any unnecessary tension. And we're here for 3, 2, 1. Take your time as you make your way back to downward facing dog. And lower down to your knees and come to stand on your knees for a camel pose. Knees are hip distance apart, an option to curl your toes under behind you for more stability. Take your hands to your lower back and scoop your tailbone down and forward so that your lower back flattens out and your lower belly engages. Keep your hips above your knees the whole time and lift up through your heart. Big inhale. Exhale, slowly lean back into a gentle back bend. And this can be where you stay and breathe, because this is a back bend. But if you're feeling flexible today, then try reaching your right hand back to grab onto your right heel, and then your left hand back to grab onto your left heel. Press your hips forward, lift up through your heart. You're in control. Take about 3 deep breaths. Take your hands back to your hips, take a seat on your heels, hands in your lap for hero pose. Gently close your eyes and find a breath that grounds you. Now gently blink your eyes open. Plant your hands on the mat and make your way back to your last down dog of the practice. And notice any difference in sensation between this down dog and the first down dog. Then take a walk to the top of your mat for gorilla pose, a deep forward fold where we stand on our hands. So bend your knees as much as you need to, and one at a time slide your palms underneath your feet, palms facing up. And you want to go so far that your toes come all the way up to your wrists. The key here is that you are pushing weight into your hands, squashing the blood, the fluid, the tendons, the muscles, the bones in your hands. And all of that compression should feel really good, especially all those chaturangas we did today. So wiggle out your toes, shift your weight side to side, give yourself a little massage. And then when you're ready, just release your hands and shake them out. Then take a seat on your mat, and with your feet flat, knees bent, press your inner thighs together, lift up through your heart, reach your arms forward, palms facing up, and begin to lean back, slowly lowering down onto your back, one vertebra at a time. When you come all the way down, pull your heels in towards your hips, and make sure that your feet and knees are hip distance apart. With your arms down by your sides, tuck your tailbone up to the ceiling, flattening out your lower back, and then peel your hips up off the mat, lifting even your middle back and upper back as your knees press forward, the weight anchoring down evenly through your feet. This is bridge pose. Take 3 deep breaths, observing the rise and fall of your belly. And to come out, slowly lower your hips back down to the mat. Then bring the soles of your feet together and let your knees fall open. One hand to your heart, one hand to your belly, for Supta Baddha Konasana. And take a moment to find gratitude. Gratitude for committing to your practice, to your intention, and for everything as it is in this present moment. Namaste.